Hey guys, my name is Gabe, and I'm going to be watching one movie every single day for a month. Today I watched the movie Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which has been on my list for a really long time. It's been recommended to me a bunch, specifically by one of my best friends from home, and I just never got around to watching it, like most of the movies on my list. So I thought during this challenge it might be a good time to just get it checked off. And I have to say I really loved it. It appealed to a lot of my comedic senses in a way. I just love Michael Cera in most movies that he's in. He's probably top 10 favorite actors for me because he's just so quirky and strange. And there's a certain humor in that. So yeah, I really loved him as the lead performance in this, and I have to say the cast is also pretty stacked. Looking back on it in retrospect, there's a lot of actors that it might have been a breakout role for them, but now they're kind of household names, like Chris Evans and Brie Larson and Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Aubrey Piazza, and then one of my favorite performances was by Jason Schwartzman, who I love from all the Wes Anderson films. So I just thought the cast overall was really stacked, and they really played well together. I've seen interviews with a few of them, and it seems like the general sense is that they all had a really good time filming the movie, which I think probably added to the camaraderie on set. And I think that definitely came across in their performances. In terms of the story, I thought it was really interesting. It's unique. It's something I've never really seen done before in film. Basically, the premise is that there's this guy, Scott Pilgrim, who is in a band with his friends. And it starts off, he's kind of coming off of this like really bad breakup with Brie Larson's character, who is the lead singer of this really well-known band. And so Scott Pilgrim finds himself dating this girl who is still in high school, and he's 22, so I think she's 17 in the movie, which is a little weird for sure. And all of his friends seem to think so. Like, they're all kind of like, you gotta break up with this girl. Her name is Knives Chow in the movie, which is kind of funny. And so he brings her around all his friends, and none of them really like her. And then all of a sudden he meets Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character, whose name is Ramona Flowers, and instantly falls in love. And so he starts chasing her while he's still dating Knives, and then quickly finds that she has a whole list of ex-boyfriends that he has to fight off. So her ex-boyfriends just start coming into the picture one by one and challenging Scott to duels, basically, for Ramona. And it's just overall really entertaining and really comedic. There's not much else to say about that, but I just really love the way that the movie comes together and combines animation and live action. A lot of the sound effects in the movie have animated text kind of correlating. And it's also a music-heavy movie, which I appreciated as a music lover. The soundtrack is phenomenal, and I actually downloaded it on my phone, and I've been listening to it after watching the movie. Specifically, the one song that is sung by Brie Larson's character and her band has just been stuck in my head. It's so good. So I highly recommend checking that out if you guys are into music. I definitely understand why this movie might not appeal to everyone. It's definitely unique, and it's definitely quirky. I just happen to really like it because it's just entertaining and kind of has a nostalgic vibe for me. Coming out in 2010, I was like 8 at the time, 8 or 9. And so, yeah, a lot of the clothes that they wear and the humor is very 2010-esque. So, yeah, I really appreciated the art direction of the movie. I wouldn't say it's like a cinematic masterpiece or anything. It's no 2001, but I definitely do appreciate it for what it is. Which is just a lighthearted, charming film that you put on when you're with friends, and it's just nothing but entertaining, honestly. The cast of characters is phenomenal. The writing is phenomenal. Yeah, there's not really any super deep themes in there, but for the kind of movie that it is, you're not really looking for something like that. Yeah, I mean, I hope you guys are starting to get the sense of what this challenge is. I know that it's quite random going from 2001 A Space Odyssey to Scott Pilgrim versus the World, but this is kind of how I hope for things to go. I don't want it to be, doing like all of the cinema classics. There's definitely going to be some in there that I haven't hit yet in my watch list, but yeah, it's more personal than that for me. It's more films that I've been wanting to watch and have been recommended to me, and that are just purely entertaining for myself. What else to say about this movie? I don't really have much else to say because, again, it's not a super deep movie or anything. I really love the movie. I'd recommend it to anyone who is into kind of like indie alternative music, and anyone who is a fan of Michael Cera. You're going to love this film. It's just entertaining and it's just charming. So that's all I have for this one. Might be a shorter video, but I appreciate you all, and I will see you tomorrow.